When preparing for new bees, or a new hive in general, you want to make sure that your frames and supers are all cleaned up. You want to get off all the propolis that the bees have left. They like to use that to seal up spaces. It's made with their saliva and beeswax and other things in nature like sap from a tree. Sometimes it's rock hard. Other times it's more of a beeswax consistency. So you want to strip all your frames from the added comb that they've used to fill in spaces and gaps. Here's an empty frame. This wood piece right here, we're going to take that out. It's going to help us later hold this foundation in place. The foundation is made of wax, and this one has some wire in it, and that will help keep it strong later during extraction. That wood piece that we took out earlier, we put back in, and it will help keep the foundation in place. Do you see these holes here? We put these pins in. The pins have a split there, and they go around the wax foundation and hold it in place to make it even more stable. The honey gets really heavy. There's our finished frame, ready for the bees to draw their comb out. Let's put our hive together. Here's the bottom piece, the stand. Do you see that wire? That'll keep any critters out that does not belong in the hive, but allow for a lot of ventilation for the bees. Here's more ventilation. Here's their front door. We can make it wider for a strong colony, or we can make it smaller. These side doors come off too. You only want to have these doors off for a really strong colony. That way they can keep intruders out. A new hive, you'll want to have a small front door for now. The bottom box, or super, is the brood box where the queen will lay eggs, and this top box is a bunch of empty drawn-out frames that they'll make honey in. Here's the lid. Notice all that propolis they've made on there. They like to glue things together. This hole is yet another entrance for them. This hive is equipped with some windows that we can observe the bees. Here's some more ventilation. You'll want as much ventilation in the hot months as possible. We'd seal that up in winter. It's time to add our bees to the newly cleaned hive. They came to us in a nuke, which is a 5-frame established colony. We want to work very carefully so that we don't injure them. We take the frames out one at a time and add them to the bottom brood box that we've prepared. This is a frame of brood, or eggs. You can tell by the brown cappings. I'm going to add this frame to the end here, so that we can look in our window later and see them working. I'm carefully inspecting each frame to make sure everything looks okay. My hive supers hold 8 frames. With the 5 I'm adding in, I have those 3 new frames for them to continue working with. The frames fit pretty snug inside the super. Any spaces the bees will fill in with comb or propolis. Now that the bees are in their new hive, let's add the super that we've made with the old frames of drawn-out comb. They'll use this for honey. Finally, we will add the roof. Let's see how they're doing in their new home. They look happy. They got right to work. Listen to that happy buzz.